Hello, welcome back to the channel. If you've been with us before, welcome to the channel if this is your first time. We are Leanne Presents. I am your host for this particular video. I am Alan. I will be doing the main bulk of this. This is my partner in crime, the co-host Leanne. Together we are Leanne Presents. So Leanne and Alan, Leanne, smash the names together. That's how we came up with it. Leanne's got crumbs on the table, so I'm just going to brush those out of the way. Just
Nothing?
Because she's a bit of a monkey eater.
It was working.
So, as you've already seen from the title card, and the thing that will pop up here in about 3, 2, 1. Oh, magic! These are our Money in the Bank predictions for the forthcoming WWE PLE. I don't know why they didn't just keep us PPV. Because WWE PLE, there's too many E's, there's too many W's, there's just... Blah. Yeah. Money in the Bank. So I'm wearing my Cardiff 316 shirt in honour of this event. So I'll spin around, show the back. We were there at Clash of the Castle last year. So Clash of the Castle in September last year was the first pay-per-view on British soil for 30 years, or just over 30 years. SummerSlam 92 was the one previous, and obviously 2022 is when Clash of the Castle took place in September. This is going to be, what was it, like 9-10 months after, will be July, 10 months later nearly. They're bringing back the pay-per-view, or the PLE, the Premium Live Events, to the UK with a staple one this time. It's the Money in the Bank. They didn't just create one out of thin air. They went, hey, let's put one of the established ones, let's put one of the major pay-per-views, Premium Live Events, I'm going to get this banned off something or other, in the UK again, and they're doing it, it's in London, it's in the O2 Arena this Saturday. Unfortunately, we're not going to that. We will be in the O2 some 3 days later, though, for a concert. So that's just unfortunate timing. It is what it is. Plus, the tickets were ridiculously expensive.
So expensive.
Ridiculously
Plus, travel to London is expensive, and staying in London is expensive, and it's just a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, like comparison again, kind of on the back of the video that went up, the last couple of videos went up with the Forbidden Door, AEW's event. The tickets we had for all in Wembley Arena were nowhere near the cost of WWE tickets. And like I'm assuming the tickets kind of blanket across Forbidden Door as well. So you're getting 13 matches of Forbidden Door. That's more than, nearly double the amount that we're getting on Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
That's a bit annoying because then you've got
value for money, right?
Yeah, you've got like a 4-hour runtime on the pay-per-view for AEW, which is 9 matches. You've got 7 here, and there's going to be 3 hours.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of filler. Like 20 minutes a match, that's 2 hours, or 2 hours 20. So this might run to 3.5.
Yeah.
And have absolute bucket loads of filler.
We know WWE loves filler. So
we can probably spare some polyfiller if it's not want some. Just anyway.
Filling its plot holes.
If you've seen these videos before, you know how this works. But swerve. We're throwing a monkey wrench into those works today because I'm not going to do non-title matches and title matches. I'm going to kind of mix it up a little bit because Money in the Bank is about the Money in the Bank ladder matches.
And it's not a title match.
It's not a title match. So I've kind of just interspersed things a little bit. So I've got some of the lower matches, some of the ones I'm like meh about, and then we'll do the 2 Money in the Banks followed by the main event, which will probably be the main event, which is the heavyweight championship match. Because, surprise, surprise, Roman Reigns isn't defending his title again.
Yeah. He's got a lot of stuff going on now, so...
Anyway, let's jump straight into the match then. So first we've got a non-title match, and this is going to be the Judgment Day's Dominik Mysterio facing off against the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes and his broken hand. Arm, hand, wrist, whatever the hell it is this week.
Yeah, broken by Brock Lesnar, did you know? Not like they keep mentioning it every time you see Cody. His arm's still in a cast.
This is like the worst thing they could ever do. It's like, hey, you're injured, suck it up and keep going. Yeah, that's right. And we've said this before, so I'm not going to bang on it, but you're putting it into a very dangerous situation here where people will probably do exactly that and make whatever injury they've got a lot worse.
Yeah, it's like, if it's done now, well, it's going to start being expected that people will wrestle with broken limbs. And they're doing it mainly, I feel like, so that they can say, oh, he won the match with a broken arm, isn't he tough?
like they're kind of similar thing. They kind of jumping down a little bit. They're kind of doing the similar thing with Matt Riddle and his leg or ankle or whatever the hell it is. But yeah, so Judgment Day tried to recruit Cody. This was just after Night of Champions. They tried to recruit Cody, and Cody just kept turning them down. On an episode of Miz TV, Cody was there, and Dominik was brought out. And he kind of tried to jump Cody. Cody slams him with a cast, and then it's kind of sort of built up from there. Yeah. Rhea Ripley's the one that accepted the match for Dominik. Dominik didn't accept it himself, which kind of fits with the character. Yeah, I don't mind that so much. I kind of like the fact that She's in charge. Is kind of in charge. She's clearly the one wearing the trousers in that relationship, and Dominik's clearly wearing the skirt. Just saying. No judgments, of course. No judgment days here. Just saying. Different horses for different courses, right? Just saying. But like, I don't want to see this because Cody shouldn't be doing the broken arm thing, the broken hand thing, whatever the flavor of the week is. I don't like this. He does get extra points for bringing his dog to Raw though.
Yeah, that was good.
Dog shit. I can't remember the name of the dog.
So
it was so
pretty.
Cute. So cute.
It's a pretty dog. Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't really got much else to say about this.
I'm embracing the fun in WWE more since accepting that it's a pantomime, like I've said before. So I'm loving the amount of booze that Dominik gets, and just adds to it. So I think there's going to be a lot of like just silliness happening in this match. You got Cody being the straight man, and then Dominik and Judgment Day, who are meant to be really serious but have turned into the comedy villains a bit.
And Finn's the only other member of Judgment Day who's got a match, so he won't be there. But I think Damian and Rhea Ripley will be at ringside for this.
Quite likely.
This is very, and we said it during our AEW Forbidden Door reactions. This is kind of like the CM Punk kind of booze.
Yeah. These
two are like top quality heat right now. Nobody wants them around. Nobody likes them. Either that or they love to hate them. You know?
Yeah, I think with Dominik it is more now that since the booing started, it's become fun to just boo whenever he tries to speak. So it's a bit like the Kurt Angle "you suck" stuff. It's gonna stick with him for years, probably, unless they do something really
They might
drastic.
flip the Judgment Day at some point.
They might do, but it might be the case that for the rest of his career, Dominik gets booed and ends up just embracing it and loving it.
Yeah, cool. Anything else?
No, it could be fun.
Who you got? First prediction of the night, ladies and gents. Who you got?
The pressure. It's when you don't really know what on earth they're trying to do with a story. It's hard to know what they're gonna do next. I'll probably go with Cody to win with a broken arm.
Do you mean Cody will win with his broken arm, or
bit of both? He'll win.
He'll hit Dominik with a cast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that as well. I think Cody's going to win. I think, and the internet rumor and speculation and innuendo is that they're building towards Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes 2 at WrestleMania next year. So they're not going to have him lose here. Not by a long shot. But then also, if he loses to Dominik, Cody's put the... excuse me.
Sleepy times.
Cody's put the challenge out for Brock Lesnar again.
Yeah.
Is Brock going to accept a challenge from someone who loses to Dominik Mysterio?
If Dominik wins, it'll be through unfair means. Through shenanigans. Brock's not going to accept the challenge. I wonder if he's ever going to come
I think...
Might be a long burn.
A slightly bigger, but like slightly different kind of prediction. I think this match will happen at SummerSlam.
Okay.
I reckon Cody Brock, the rubber band match will happen at SummerSlam. Because it's one of the big four.
Yeah.
And it makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Hottest night of the summer. SummerSlam. Cody and Brock 3.
You just turn up out the blue.
He'll probably return on Raw. I can't see him flying Brock over to the UK for this.
No.
So I think he'll turn up on Raw.
Sounds like a plan.
Next match then, we've got the first of our title matches. And it is for the Women's Tag Team Championship.
Yes.
And that features Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler defending against Raquel Rodriguez and the returning Liv Morgan.
Yeah.
So, the champions were Raquel and Liv. Okay. Liv Morgan had some sort of injury.
Yep.
On SmackDown, I believe it is. Oh, wow. Then on Raw, they stripped them of the titles because Liv Morgan was injured. Now, that was... I got under my notes. I got May 19th as that date.
Okay, that's not long ago.
As we're talking about this, it's 27th of June?
Yeah, so it's a month and a bit.
A month and a bit. So
Why?
I would have thought that given whatever injury, and nobody knows what the injury is apart from the doctors and some of the wrestlers and Liv Morgan, obviously, like they would have known, oh, it's not a serious injury, so we'll just leave the belts on them for now. Maybe just have you there, like walk around with a cast or something, or play it up as an injury, as a foot injury, and then have Shayna and Ronda challenger come Money in the Bank.
Yeah, because usually having to relinquish the title is because you're going to be on the shelf for months. Like 3-4 at least.
This has been like 6 weeks max.
So it's either they expected her recovery to take longer and she recovered faster than expected, or the injury wasn't as serious as they initially thought.
Maybe.
Or it's a weird decision. And which do you think is more likely in WWE? Weird decisions.
So they were stripped of the titles, and then they had, I think it was 2 weeks later, they had a gauntlet match, or a fatal 4-way match with 4 different women teams, and Ronda and Shayna won it. Oh, surprise, surprise. Nobody saw that one coming, except everyone in the world, including Stevie Wonder. Just saying. And then they had Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions. In the ring, Shayna and Ronda come out, and they're like, oh, we want a unification match. Then the next week on SmackDown, which was last week on SmackDown, they won. Shayna and Ronda won. So you bring up this established NXT tag team who have been kicking ass, taking names in NXT, and not that that's from what I've heard. I haven't really seen any of it. And they just instantly lose in their first match and lose their titles. Great, awesome.
Off to catering with you.
Here we go again. And then Raquel says, oh yeah, well actually I'm going to challenge you the titles. We never lost them. And Shayna's like, who's we? And out comes Liv Morgan. Like some 5-6 weeks later from the injury, she's back. Okay, great. It's nice to see Liv back, but what was the point? Like, they might have had a better chance of sitting on this for another week and seeing how the injury would play out, because the doctors would have had an inkling at that point, you know. And then, okay, Roman Reigns hasn't defended his title, I think, since WrestleMania.
I know.
That's April.
Yeah, so you could have afforded to leave things where they were for a bit.
Easily. There is no champ's got to defend their title 30 days anymore, every 30 days, because Roman Reigns sure as hell doesn't. Rhea Ripley hasn't defended her title since, was it Night of Champions? I think that's been over 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, so this is probably the meh of the title matches for me.
Yeah.
Because I think we all know how this is going to go. Who you got?
Ronda and Shayna.
Yeah, I put women's tag titles because I didn't want to write down all 4 names.
Yeah.
So I'll just do Ronda and Shayna. Okay, so I'm making a note of who we're predicting is going to win that. Yeah, I can't see them losing that now.
No. And then where do they go from there? They're sort of painting themselves into a corner.
Well, there's no women's tag division. What's the point? What is the point? There is none.
Bringing up women and then using them badly, and then probably going to release them. And
all of our viewers now, comment in the comments down below for us. Let us know who you think should be the tag team, or like 2 individual female wrestlers to take on Ronda and Shayna and beat them for the women's tag team titles. Yeah. Let us know down below in the comments.
I'll wait for the tumbleweed.
I know, right? I know, because there is no. Next match, Civil War. We've got Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa versus Jimmy and Jey Uso.
Wow. I was not expected to get this invested in the Bloodline.
No. I think we said that for the last couple of videos, and this just been crazy. We're not going to cover the entire history.
It's long and
go back,
covered previously.
Watch the previous videos for that. So the tension since Night of Champions, when I want to say Jimmy kicked Roman.
Yes.
And it was like, he said it coming, and Jey was just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And he ended up walking out with Jimmy. And then the whole thing in the next couple of weeks was like, Jey, whose side are you on? Jimmy's clearly not part of this bloodline. Whose side are you on? And they kept teasing it. And they came to a head a couple of weeks back on SmackDown, where Jay's in the ring with Jimmy, up comes Roman and Solo, and it's like, right, whose side are you on? And Jimmy's like, I'm out of the bloodline, screw you guys, basically. And Jay's like, damn right, you're out of the bloodline, and so am I. And he just nails Roman with that super kick. It was so picture perfect, beautiful super kick.
That's good.
It was like, oh my god. And Solo's there, and he's like, And Heyman's just like...
Heyman's face every time.
And then Solo eats a couple, and it's like, yeah, here we go. Here's the implosion of the bloodline. It's crumbling. The foundation has crumbled. Now, is this just a natural course of it, or is this what Sami Zayn's been planning since January? You know?
I think he's helped just nudge in the right direction, but I think it was going that way anyway.
I think so.
Just needed a bit of that voice of reason, which amazingly is Sami Zayn now.
And Paul Heyman trying to keep Jay in, like, we're grooming you to be the next tribal chief.
Roman Reigns saying, I was only meant to get us to the promised land. You're meant to keep us here, but not yet.
Yeah. And it's like, are you serious? That's just pandering.
Yeah.
Clearly Jay saw through their absolute trash, and they was just like, nah, screw this, I'm out.
Bye-bye.
This has been crazy. So good.
It's
and I was talking to our friend Ralph about this, because he's only just recently caught up with the whole Bloodline thing, and he just blew his mind.
There's some good storylines in WWE. There is.
A very small amount, yeah.
A small amount.
There's this one.
Yep.
Is that Tumbleweed again? I mean,
but it's a big
But
one.
then saying that, to be fair, the Seth Rollins stuff and Finn Balor has been pretty decent, but there's not been much of a build-up on that.
No.
So.
No, it might be going more places.
Yeah. Anything else about the Civil War?
It's going to be fun. It's going to be good. Lots of super kicks, some thumbs.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of spears and hoo-ahsing.
Ooh-ah! And a lot of, and reloading. Leanne is reloading.
Superman punch.
Oh, it's the wrong arm. Sorry. That's where you got confused. Sorry. My bad.
It's not a great gesture.
My bad.
Yeah, so, I mean, from what I was saying previously about Roman being potentially in the main event of WrestleMania again, would they let him lose this one? The upside, I guess you've got, because it's a tag team, Solo could take the fall.
Like he did in Night of Champions.
So then Roman, they don't succeed, but Roman still looks strong, so maybe he's been dominant for a lot of the match. I think what the crowd wants will be the Usos to win. They're right behind him. There's obviously still going to be your Bloodline people.
That London crowd is definitely feeling Usi.
Yeah, they're feeling Usi. We're feeling Usi. But who's going to win? I think maybe this one they would go for the crowd pick, but somehow Roman comes out looking like he's still strong. It's tricky. Maybe there's some involvement from Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I don't know. I'm gonna go with the Usos.
Going the Usos?
But I'm not convinced. It's a tough one, I think.
So the last I heard,
yes,
and this is the hardest match for me to predict actually. So the last thing I heard was the creative have two very strong pitches for either team winning.
Ooh, that's when you know it's good.
And they're still very undecided.
So they
as
don't
of this
know.
very moment, they're still undecided.
We want more of this. More like this, please. So if they haven't decided, then they're not like going straight for the obvious, which is good. But then they might end up going the obvious.
So I could see this going one of two ways.
Yeah.
Usos will win, and Solo will take the fall. But then whichever Uso, I think it was Jay that was...
Jay was the next in line, if that helps.
Hang on, no, I'm trying to think back to Hell in a Cell. Who was it that fought Roman at Hell in a Cell? Let me see if I've got
so
far
long
back.
ago.
Let me see if I've got those notes here.
Back at the forming of the Bloodline.
I don't. Oh, damn it. Really?
That was another great storyline, though. That match is insane.
Yeah, I don't...
Don't go back that far?
No, unfortunately not. So whichever Uso didn't fight Roman Reigns in that Hell in a Cell match will then be like, right, he's had his shot. I want my shot.
Yeah.
I can't remember which. I think it was Jimmy that was out and Jay had the shot. Main event Jay.
So.
No, main event Jimmy. That kind of sounds a bit... So Jay would be the one?
No, because they part of the promo when in the ring when Jay did the kick was that Jimmy had been injured and it was a blessing in disguise.
Oh, there we go. Yeah,
rose
there we go.
up and took the main event.
There we go. Yeah, so
There
that's
you go.
it. So
Logic.
So Jimmy is the one then that will go, right, we beat you, I want a title shot. Jay's had his chance, I want my time in the sun.
And then he'll lose.
And then, yeah, he'll obviously lose
Take
if
a
that is the
beating.
case.
Yeah,
The alternative one is that Roman Reigns will win,
Yeah.
or Sikoa will win, and then they'll just be like, well, you're never getting a chance. But then who's going to be the next contender for Roman Reigns?
Yeah.
Because there really isn't anyone that's in that limelight right now.
No.
You know? So I'm really torn, but then Roman might go, well, I've already beaten Jay down, so how about I beat you down next, Jimmy?
Yeah.
That could also be the thing if he comes out of it as a winner. So I think in the sort of next that's the line could be Jimmy Uso versus Roman Reigns for the title.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
But
now you've talked yourself into a place where
I know.
either
How do I
outcome
get
could
there? Yeah.
lead to
How do I? Damn it.
Ooh, I gotta pick one. I should put the countdown timer up or something. What does your heart tell you?
I want the Usos to win it so bad. But I don't know if WWE will pull the trigger. Because the problem is Vince McMahon's getting his fingers back in creative.
Yeah.
Apparently, rumour has it he's going to be taking control of creative again soon.
Aww. Learn from your mistakes, guys.
So I get the feeling that Roman Reigns might get it. Which then would kind of lead into a good match at SummerSlam because Jimmy would go in as the underdog? Maybe? Oh my god.
He's already going to be the underdog.
I forgot a coin. I was going to flip a coin. I don't know. I really don't know.
Choose one.
That is not helping. Screw it, drama. I'm going Roman Reigns and Soul Sikoa.
Oh, cool.
I might come to regret that.
But I might come to regret mine, so...
Okay.
It'll be fine.
Friday night, SmackDown. After we watch SmackDown, if we change our minds on our predictions, we will put it in the description down below. But
we don't usually allow this.
Friday night will be the cut-off before midnight because SmackDown's airing live in the UK this week, 8 p.m. For anyone in the UK. So we'll watch that live and we'll have that 2-hour gap. If we want to change our predictions, that's the window to do it.
That's fair enough because it is still...
The day of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Okay. Right. Next match is a title match, and it is Gunther versus Matt Riddle for the Intercontinental Championship. I'm so bored of Matt Riddle. And this is going to sound really bad because I really like Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is one of my favorites. I'm enjoying Sami Zayn tagging with Kevin Owens and this whole like anger management kind of story. This been pretty fun.
It's fun.
But anytime you see Matt Riddle on the screen, the same with those guys, it's like, right, where's Imperium? Anytime you see Kevin Owens or Sami Zayn, it's like, right, where's Imperium? It's like, I get like storylines, long burn storylines and that, but there's been no payoffs, and I feel that this would be the worst payoff to this storyline. It's not Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci or Gunther, one of the two of the three, going in a tag team title match against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, because they've already done that. They've done Gunther versus Sami Zayn. They've done Ludwig Kaiser versus Sami Zayn. They've done Gunther versus Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to see any more of these 6 guys going at each other because I'm just bored of it now.
They've got, like,
and it's
a
only
chart.
been like 5 weeks.
They're ticking off to get everyone to face everyone.
Yeah. And it's only been 5 weeks and I'm bored of it already.
You've got a bigger roster than this.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Like,
I know you're watching.
I know they've dumped a lot of talent into the Money in the Bank ladder match. But there's other people.
Yeah, you got people who aren't being used.
And I mean, to be fair to Riddle, he hasn't done much of the stoner gimmick recently. He's just a bit more, I don't quite know how to describe it, lacking intelligence.
Yeah, he's more...
A bit of a dimwit. I don't know how else to say it without trying not to offend people.
Yeah.
Because some words that I'm from an older generation, so some words I would use would offend people.
That's very, that's good, some good awareness, thank you. But yeah, I know what you mean. He's not like acting
PC, bro.
stoned,
I'm
he's
PC.
just acting a bit stupid.
Yeah. Again, I didn't know stupid
that's
was
fine.
yeah.
That's
I'm fed up of it. I don't want to see Matt Riddle in this match. There's so many other people you could set to fight Gunther.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
here we go. Great, awesome. It would have been a bit of a belter to have Drew McIntyre turn up and just be like, "Hey, what are you doing at Money in the Bank, Gunther?" Because we haven't seen Drew McIntyre since I can't remember the last time we saw Drew McIntyre.
Yeah,
Was
just
it
like
WrestleMania?
pull something different out of the bag, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Change things
Yeah, WrestleMania
up a
was the
bit.
last time we saw him, and he fought Gunther in a triple threat.
Wow, I hope he's having a nice break.
Well, the rumours is his contract's coming up. He's not happy with the amount of money that they're offering him.
Ooh.
If his contract expires before August, he's walking through that forbidden door at All In, I'm telling you.
Imagine.
I can imagine.
Maybe he'll bring Prop Rock with
Can
him.
you imagine 70,000 Brits going nuclear at seeing Drew McIntyre in AEW?
That would be crazy.
Damn. Anyway, anything more you got to say about this match?
No, it's a bit samey.
Meh. My notes literally say meh.
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 Mid.
And it's stuck because I like Gunther.
Yeah.
Gunther's got
Gunther's
potential.
Great.
I reckon Gunther's going to win next year's Rumble.
Ooh, that's a really far ahead prediction. Write that down now.
Who you got?
Gunther to win.
Yeah, I agree. He's not losing that title. He's the longest running champion of this century.
Wow.
And they keep pushing that, so.
They love a record.
They do love a record. Okay, next match is the first of our 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches. Weirdly only has 6 competitors, and it's the women's ladder match.
Do you think there might be some secret entrance?
Maybe, but they've not had
Usually have a
the
blank
silhouette. Yeah. Let me just check back at last year's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. Last year they had 7 female competitors.
Maybe they got less women this time around to choose
I mean,
from.
they just brought up a few people from NXT.
Yeah, they don't count. They're just going to be Sam catering until they decide to release them.
I'm surprised Natalia hasn't kicked her toys out the pram, being like, I want to be in the ladder match.
She probably has,
she in
and
last
maybe
year's?
people are finally getting sick of her.
She wasn't in last year's either. Becky
She's
Lynch.
never been great with ladders, from what I remember, so maybe they have learned some lessons.
Becky Lynch, Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Lacey Evans, Asuka, and Shotzi Blackheart were in last year's one. This year we have Io Sky,
Yep.
Trish Stratus, Zoey Starks, Bayley, Zelina Vega, and Becky Lynch again. So only one person from last year's is in this match again.
Yep.
Thank God Lacey Evans isn't in it again. Just saying.
So, if I remember right, only one of these women has won a ladder, Money in the Bank
Bayley.
match before. Bayley has.
Correct, yeah.
Not many of them. Some of them haven't even been in ladder matches at all before.
I don't think Zoey Stark, Trish Stratus, or Zelina Vega has. Don't quote me on that. I don't think Io Sky has either, but I'm not 100%.
Io Sky seems like she'd really suit ladder matches.
She's the genius
so-
of the sky, yeah.
Yeah, give her some ladders.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for Io Sky.
So, every one of these qualified in a match. I completely lost my brain there for a second, my brain thought.
All good.
So every one of them, I haven't got the competitors they fought against, but every one of them sort of qualified fairly. It's interesting to see Io and Bayley in this match.
Yes, there's definitely some tension there because Bayley's very much like, oh, I'm going to win because damage control are great. Oh, and Io might also win and that would be good too. Thanks.
Yeah,
Bye.
yeah. Obviously,
And Io's getting more and more like glaring.
Dakota Sky, when she comes back from injury, might not have damage control to come back to now.
No, very possibly. Or a complete power shift.
So you got Io Sky and Bayley
Yeah.
from damage control. You got Trish Stratus and Zoey Starks. They're obviously a bit of a teaming thing.
Yes.
You got Zelina Vega,
Yeah.
Lone Island,
Alone.
and Becky Lynch is a Lone Island.
Yeah. They might do some teaming up just to even the odds, but
Maybe.
I don't think if they do, it's not going to last.
No.
Zelina, I'd want Zelina to win any day.
I think that'd be fantastic.
She's just, I don't know, just fiery.
Yeah. So this isn't who we think's going to win, but who would you want to see win the most? Is it Zelina?
It would either be Zelina or Io.
Yeah.
One of those
For me,
two.
it'd be Zelina. Because Io Sky's had the women's tag title. She's been
Yeah.
NXT champion, women's champion. Zelina Vega hasn't held a title in WWE apart from Queen of the Ring, which was barely recognised after a couple of months,
Yeah.
which sucks.
Yeah.
I feel Zelina could go really far. You know, you just need to give her a push, honestly.
I think Zelina could have I could see her more with the briefcase and having like that decision to make and where she wants to go and cashing it in. Io Sky, I'd love to win a match, but perhaps not as much visualizing her with the briefcase.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Obviously, Zelina Vega, I might be a bit biased because that is the wife of Malachi Black. And
Yeah,
Malachi Black's
your
one of my all-time
favourite.
faves. So, okay, anything else you got to say about this?
I think it's going to be good. It's always really easy to compare the women's and the men's matches when it comes to these that are like identical setups kind of things. The women have really been coming into their own as they've had it not as long as the men have had the Money in the Bank and ladder matches, but they're really starting to make it their own. And people like Becky Lynch and some of those vets, they really know like how to make it look good. So I'm quite looking forward to it to see what happens. I don't know what I feel like. Trish might make me nervous. Trish Stratus and Zoey Starks, I think, might have potentially a good leg in it. Don't know much of
I've
what
not
she did
seen
before.
much Zoey Starks, but I know she is a good talent. She just isn't very good with her promo stuff, as we've seen on Raw.
Yeah, she'll get there. But those two are like my could this lead to being dangerous kind of people. Yeah. But the others, I'm all in to see.
Becky Lynch is on a bit of a mission. It's the one thing that she's not held in WWE, and she's on a bit of a mission to get this briefcase. Which, great, fantastic. Okay, so we've had your who do you want to win. Now, who do you think's gonna win?
It's actually really difficult. I'm gonna go with Io Sky. I want to see that rift in Damage Control become something. I want to see the next step of that.
You know what this reminds me of? Luchasaurus and Christian Cage.
Yes.
I can imagine Io Sky winning it and Bayley taking the briefcase and carrying it.
Yeah.
Much like Christian's carrying the TNT title, that Luchasaurus is the current holder of. Who am I going for?
Becky.
No.
What?
I'm going Io Sky as well.
I thought you'd go Becky because she's the last one they've had, and as well as records, WWE like people to have collections.
This is true, but I think you back Becky Lynch into a corner at that point.
Yes.
If you give her this last accolade, where do you take her from here?
Nope.
So then they build up for next year's Money in the Bank, and potentially she wins that one instead.
Yeah. Cool.
That's my thinking.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
Okay, so next up then, we've got the second of the Money in the Bank ladder matches, and it's the men's turn this time. So this year we've got Damian Priest, Butch, Santos Escobar, L.A. Knight, Shinsuke Nakamura, Logan Paul, and Ricochet in the match.
Oh, this one's a bit
6
scary.
of the 7 competitors worked for it. 6 of the 7 competitors busted their ass to get in the match. One of them just walked in the door and was like, I'm in the match. Great, awesome. Now, I know that someone going back a few months ago was complaining that we give this guy too much stick, but I really don't like him. The stuff that he did on social media should have got him cancelled, but yet he didn't. If we were to do something like that, we would be cancelled harder than anything. So I don't quite understand how this guy's dodged the bullet.
It's all about money.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But then, anyway, so...
Fine.
Yeah, I mean, much like the women's one, there's not really a massive amount. They all qualified apart from that one guy.
Yeah.
He's being put out the building like CM Punk and Dominik. Well, almost at the same sort of time as Dominik. 'Cause nobody wants him there.
Nope.
Nobody likes him.
Apart from there's a couple of people.
Vince McMahon.
Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
And his own fans.
And his Prime Energy or water or
anyway,
whatever the hell it is.
We're getting into that territory again.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So I do like the fact that they've gone for... I don't want to say mid-card because that's probably not the right term.
They're not top tier.
None of these have held the world title. So last year's match we had Matt Riddle, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Omos, Sheamus, Sami Zayn and Madcap Moss. And in a swerve they put Austin Theory in the match, so it was an 8-man match in the end.
Yeah.
But we've got Rollins, former he's a Grand Slam winner.
Yep.
Drew McIntyre, former IC title holder, former heavyweight champion. Sheamus, former world champion, former US tag champions. Sami Zayn's held the IC title. I think he's held the US title. Madcap, meh. Austin Theory, he's the current United States champion. Riddle, he's obviously held, I think that was United States Championship as well. So the only one in that particular match that year, or the two, was Madcap Moss and a Moss. Madcap Moss.
And a Moss.
Breath.
Madcap
and
Moss.
a Moss. Moss and Moss. Wow, I speak Japanese.
No.
So this year it's quite like Priest has held the US title, Butch hasn't held any titles, Santos hasn't held any titles in WWE.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about his NXT run, he might have held something. LA Knight hasn't. Shinsuke's held IC title. I think, you have the tag titles, I think, with Rick Boogs, if I remember rightly. And Ricochet's held the IC title as well. So they've kind of hit that sort of middle ground. Never quite gotten to that top tier winning that main event. Obviously, Priest has challenged for the heavyweight title against Rollins after Night of Champions. Butch hasn't, Santos hasn't, LA Knight hasn't, Shinsuke has with AJ Styles a couple of times. Ricochet, I don't recall him fighting for the heavyweight championship or Universal or WWE titles. But it's nice to see that they're not just going, oh, let's stick Finn Balor, let's stick Seth Rollins, let's stick Sheamus or Drew McIntyre. It's the staples, it's the constant obvious names, which I really don't like. This, it makes it a hard match to figure out as well.
Yeah.
Because of it.
Yeah, definitely.
You know? And I like that. I like the unpredictable nature of it, which is cool. Any thoughts on this? Anything you want to say?
My love to see, the one that I would jump out of my seat if he won, Butch.
I was just thinking that, yeah.
Talk about unpredictable. If Butch had this thing, it would just like skyrocket him. Bring back Pete Dunne. By the way. Butch is a weird name for him, but that's fine. I think it's like give him that platform to just move on again.
When they end up breaking up the Brawling Brutes, I think he will go back to Pete Dunne.
Yeah, I think so. But I don't think it'll happen. But that would be my like, just full of joy.
Yeah.
If it happens, kind of thing.
I think for me, it's probably Shinsuke Nakamura. I feel that the title match run or title match opportunities he got weren't fantastic.
Yeah.
And I feel he was painted in a bad light after that. And he's probably not got that long left in his career, and I feel he deserves a title run. I feel he deserves a world championship. Because he's a phenomenal worker. You watch his New Japan stuff, oh my god.
Yeah, he's crazy good.
You know. Runner-up for me will be Priest.
Yeah.
Because I'd like to see that. Damian Priest, I'm just high on the Judgment Day. I like Judgment Day. I like Damian Priest. I've followed Punishment Martinez and Damian Priest since ROH.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all I got. So who have you actually got winning this then? So we know you want to, but who have you actually got winning this?
I think I'm going to go with Damian Priest.
Damian Priest?
Yes. I think if you've got this and you've got Dominik, I think that Judgment Day should get a win somewhere in the spectrum, and that this could be just another way to skyrocket Judgment Day, keep them relevant, keep them up there, and give them a platform to do more crazy, bad things to people.
So if, slight spoiler, Seth Rollins is facing Finn Balor. If Finn Balor wins the title, is he getting like a little twitchy butthole time? Like
Maybe.
Damian Priest has that briefcase. What's going on here now? What?
They have already had that little bit of tension when Finn Balor was a bit like, he was upset about Seth and 7 years kind of things and whatever, and he wasn't really opening up to Damian Priest when he was asking how he was. He just sort of pushed him aside almost, not literally. So there is the workings of some tension in there. So maybe.
Who am I going for, Leanne?
Damian Priest?
No.
Logan Paul.
L.A. Knight. Yeah.
He is hot.
He is like ridiculously hot, phenomenally hot right now, and I don't know why. Like, don't get me wrong, fantastic talent. I followed him in Impact Wrestling as Eli Drake. I think he's Eli Drake, yeah. And I think that's great. And the let me talk to you, like the whole thing like that. And I think he wants to bring back some of his old sort of shtick and gimmicks and stuff like that.
He has got crazy charisma. He
does. And like he's got that experience. He's a vet. He's been in the business for well over 10 years, maybe even close to 20, you know. And for some reason the crowd are just like, oh god, this guy's great. Yeah. And I think that now is the right time to do that. And then have him literally hold it until imagine this, right? Cody Rhodes faces Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, right? Cody beats Roman Reigns for the title, but is absolutely wrecked.
With a broken ankle or something.
With a broken neck, probably. Let's be perfectly honest. Or fractured.
Just go full Kurt
It'll be
Angle.
Fractured skull. His brain will be hanging out.
And he's still gonna fight.
It'll be duct taped back in or something like that. Some absolute trash like that. And then all of a sudden, L.A. Knight, walks out with his suitcase, cashes in, just obliterates the end of the story right there and then for Cody Rhodes. That would be incredible.
That would be something.
That would be on par with Roman facing Brock and Seth Rollins cashing in, making it a triple threat. That was like, but they still call it the heist of the century.
Yeah.
Like LA Knight doing that to Cody, that would just go put him in the stratosphere. You would flip him so hard to heel, and he would get like Dominik and Punk heel.
Yeah.
At that point.
And you know the other thing WWE loves is repeating history.
Yeah.
So it could very well happen.
Yeah, exactly. But then at the same time, though, if Roman Reigns, when he loses that title, is going to take a leave of absence, LA Knight is on SmackDown.
Yeah.
He would be the top heel at that point because you would just go flip.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, LA Knight. Yeah.
I love hearing your predictions. It like opens a whole new world to me.
And then, oh hey, Leanne, guess what? It's time for the main event. So for the World Heavyweight Championship, we've got Seth freaking Rollins defending against Finn Balor. So the only real thing I've noted down here is they're running it back to the Universal title match because that's kind of where this all stemmed from. Yeah. SummerSlam 2016. I think we covered that during our Night of Predictions. Night of Champions predictions. Where, long story short, Seth Rollins was facing Finn Balor for the Universal Championship, the inaugural Universal Championship. Seth Rollins accidentally dislocated Finn's shoulder. Finn wins the match. And he had to relinquish 24 hours later because he had to have surgery on his shoulder and was out for, I think it was like 8 or 9 months, something like that.
A reasonable amount of time to relinquish a championship.
Absolutely, yeah. Not like 6 weeks. Thanks.
Sorry.
So, no, it's absolutely fine. So I feel that this whole thing has just been kind of stemming from that, and I kind of like that sense. It's like an ultimate long burn almost. The fact that Seth has been holding all this pent up rage against that, and then they fought each other Night of Champions. They seem to have a bit of a oh no, it wasn't. It was AJ Styles. Sorry, it was the first round of the tournament. They fought each other Night of Champions. That's what it was. My bad, but I know we did cover it in Night of Champions. And I feel like he just feels like he's getting screwed over every chance he gets for a title. And it's just kind of, as you said, with Damian Priest. Priest is supposed to be there, cat hair, as a confidant. And Balor's just kind of bottling it up. And he's just like a little ball of rage. And this has just been bubbling to the surface. And now it's just gone.
He has a great angry face.
Like Mount Vesuvius, he's popped. And he's just been attacking Seth Rollins left, right and centre.
It's not letting him. I think he had a match that he was meant to be doing. Seth Rollins, this is, and Finn Balor comes out and attacks him because no one's allowed to fight him apart from Finn Balor.
Yeah, it's supposed to be an open challenge, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much it. There hasn't been a massive amount of build-up for this, 3 weeks maybe.
But the emotion is like...
Oh, it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. And that's the one thing they did change last week, not last night's Raw, but last week's Raw, when that happened and Finn came out and they were beating the hell out of each other. That was supposed to be a completely different thing altogether. That's the one thing Vince did that everyone was like, yeah, actually that worked out a lot better than what we originally had planned. So, Vince, fair play to that one. Everything else is crap.
Yeah, you guys in creative, just because he has one good idea doesn't mean the rest are good, so...
Triple H, pedigree this old man, yeah? Put him back in his retirement home. Anything else you guys say with this one? It's a bit short for the main event, but there's not really much else to say.
No, it's not a lot, but I mean, put these guys together and you've got magic.
Oh, you're going to instantly get a classic, yeah?
Yes,
we're not going to see... We're not going to see a Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay classic.
No.
It's going to be a WWE style classic.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a fantastic match, hopefully. Hopefully.
Yeah.
The problem with something like the AJ Styles and Seth Rollins match, we thought that would be a classic, but it ended falling a bit short from my mind.
Yeah.
There was something missing.
I feel like we need to not build it up too much.
Yeah.
And then we'll be surprised pleasantly rather than disappointed.
Yeah. But then that's the thing, like with Kenny and Will, they've got such great chemistry together that you go in anticipating something great and they just go, oh, you're anticipating this? Here you go. Here's another couple of levels extra. And it's like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's going to be a good match.
It'll be a good match, I think. Yeah.
For sure.
Okay. Who have you got winning?
It's not that easy.
Who have you got? TikTok, TikTok. You were doing it to me earlier.
I gave you time before going TikTok.
TikTok. We don't have TikTok. We're on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.
I have Twitter, not TikTok, somewhere in the background. I just don't use it.
All our TikTok viewers now are just like, oh, screw these guys. Thanks, Leanne.
We don't have viewers because we don't have any content on there. Anyway,
Who have you got? Okay, let's put this in as the Money in the Bank. Who do you want to win?
I think I want Finn Balor to win.
Yeah. But is that who you think then, based on that?
I wonder whether Seth's had the championship for long enough.
5 weeks.
I think
Is it 5 or 4?
They might drag this out longer.
Yeah, it's just over 4.5 weeks.
So I'm going to go with Seth.
Seth Rollins?
Yeah, to retain.
Who have I got?
Seth.
Seth Rollins, yeah. I don't think they're taking that belt off him anytime soon.
They might do a few matches.
I think that they will at some point go with Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes again.
Yeah. After
the trilogy they had last year. People call the Hell in a Cell match of the year. That was crap. Nope, it wasn't. So I think that Cody Rhodes beat Seth twice and he has a legitimate stake to that.
Mm-hmm.
It's either that or he's going to just stick out for Roman Reigns. But I feel that if he just waits until WrestleMania, he's going to flounder a bit.
Yes, you need something in between.
It's all well and good having Dominik as a match now, but the way they brought him in and skyrocketed him up, this match feels a bit beneath him.
Yes.
So I think at some point it'll be Seth versus Cody for the championship. It won't be SummerSlam. Would it be SummerSlam? Would they keep Brock and Cody until Payback?
They might do. I mean, it would be Payback for the broken arm.
Maybe. Yeah, so there we go. There's our predictions. What's your most looking forward to match of the night?
Hang on. I need to steal. Civil War, Roman Reigns and Sikoa versus the USOs.
I'm kind of tied with that Money in the Bank, but I think the storytelling in Civil War is going to be nuts.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. And I will watch it just for Paul Heyman's face and on the edge.
I'll watch it for that and the USOs, because the USOs are fantastic.
The USOs are really good.
Even when they're in the Bloodline, I thought the USOs are great.
Mm-hmm.
What about least anticipated match? What are you least looking forward to?
Least looking forward to the women's tag.
Yeah.
Ronda and Shayna versus Liv and... I love Liv Morgan.
Yeah.
Raquel's okay. Love Shayna and Ronda when they get to actually show what they've got. And at the moment, they're not being able to show what they've got. They're being made to look weaker than they are. Even in real life, they're being made to look weaker than they probably are in actual fights. So yeah. For
me, I'm tied between that and Gunther and Riddle.
Yeah.
But I think that looking back at how they've handled the women's tag team titles the last, not even like couple of months, the year or so, since Sasha Banks and Naomi left the company. They've just dropped the ball with these titles, and it just feels a bit redundant.
I think they might have a stigma attached to those titles at the moment.
It seems like it's a bad luck stigma on it, So I've just had a thought with that when you're saying about Raquel and Liv Morgan. Obviously, Liv's just come back and she's hot in terms of the crowd. And what if... So Shayna and Ronda we think is going to win.
Yes.
Let's say Raquel Rodriguez... Liv Morgan takes the pinfall over the loss. Okay? Then Raquel might flip and turn heel and start beating Liv Morgan up. Well, you lost me these titles. I never lost them. This is because of you.
Can't imagine her as a heel.
That might make her more relatable. She was a heel in NXT. She was tag team champion with Dakota Kai in NXT. She was basically the hired muscle for Dakota Kai. I think that would probably make her a bit more relatable for me because I really don't like her coming out and yay, I'm going to smile and be happy all the time. Look at my shoulders. Yay. That's really grating and that doesn't really fit well with her, I don't think. I think putting her as a heel would work much better.
Okay.
And that could be a way to get her into that.
There you go. Bonus prediction.
There we go. So yeah, there we go. Anything else you want to say?
No, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be good.
Should be good. Take us home, Leanne. Our prediction reactions will be up Sunday. We've got a separate thing happening Saturday evening. So we won't be able to watch it live, so they'll probably be up Sunday night. Hopefully that should... I should be able to get it Sunday night.
Yeah, we will do our very, very best to get you those reactions Sunday night. So if you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell, you will get notified when that goes up. So do that. Like this video, please. We like seeing those likes go up. It's nice. Leave a comment below. Like we said before, some combination of women that can take Ronda and Shayna in a believable way. We want to know because we might be glossing over some people, and we don't want to do that.
First person to say Natalia gets banned from the channel.
Yeah, no, she's not it. Yeah, you can comment down below as well with your predictions. Let us know what you think. If you disagree with any of our predictions, let us know what you think instead. You can do that on our social media as well. Our link tree's in the description below, which will take you, like we mentioned, to Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. You can chat to us on there, and you'll also see when we post our weekly updates of what's coming up and little clips of the videos we do. Is that everything? I say things in different orders every time and then can't remember if I've said everything.
I think so.
I think we did.
Done the subscribe and notify bell?
Yes, subscribe and hit the bell.
Yeah.
I'll say it again, because that's important.
Sorry, I started zoning out looking at my notes when you were doing that, and I was like thinking, there's anything else I want to put on this, and there's not.
Oh, he's not listening to me. You're lovely.
Because you say the same thing over and over. I'm joking. I'm joking. Yeah, sorry, anyway, carry on.
And on that bombshell, thank you so much for watching.
Mic drop.
Enjoy wrestling, and we'll see you in our reactions.
Boom.
Bye!